So as part of your senior checkoff sheet for everything you need to do before graduation, we have to have every student go through the college and career readiness indicators. If you were not in your senior English class the day that I came to walk this through, then you probably need to watch this video to see how to complete it. So, first of all, you need to be signed into your Chromebook or your device as your own Geneseo Schools account. Then to get to the high school library, you go to high school. Underneath the picture, there's a button for library. And then from there, you're going to click on Xello. That's going to open to your dashboard. On the right-hand side, underneath quick links, there is College and Career Readiness Indicator. So, there are 9 indicators. It says you must complete at least 3. That is not actually accurate. The state thinks that students who complete 3 of these things are better prepared for colleges or careers after high school, but it does not affect your graduation if you have not completed 3 of these. We just need your honest answers as I go through each of these questions with you. So if this item on the checklist is going to pertain to you in June when you graduate, then you go ahead and mark it as complete. So the first is career development experience. That means that you were in a class that spent at least 60 hours either working or observing in a workplace. So at Geneseo, that would be workplace experience, the STEP class, and the Grow Your Own Teacher class, I think, are the only ones who did that. So if that was you, click mark as complete. The next one is an industry credential. For this, you earn a license. You probably had to take a course and pass a class to earn a license, and then that license can be used across from job to job. It, again, as part of a class, the CNA class counts for that. There are some certificates, I believe, out in the CTE building that you could potentially earn for welding and drafting. But it doesn't have to be earned at school. If you earned this outside of school, that's okay too. We've had a student who earned a pilot's license. We had students work on CDLs for driver's licenses. We have had students who earned a pharmacy tech degree. So there's lots of options there. Notice on this one, instead of the markdown, you do have to pick which category it would be in. And so, for example, if I were doing the CNA, I would click Health Sciences. All right, then the next one would be military service. If you are enlisting, or if you considered enlisting and you took the ASVAB and had a score or 31 or higher, you can mark that as complete. The dual credit career pathway course is if you took a class that was also a Black Hawk class, like 101, 102 for English. There's a Math 112, Math 116. There's a speech class. There's a psychology class. It does have to be a class that's through Black Hawk. AP classes do not count for this category. Geneseo does not have a CTE concentrator, so we'll skip that one. Maintaining consistent employment for at least a year. So if by June you would have had a part-time job this whole time, they consider a part-time job at averaging 10 hours a week for a high school student. You do not have to have had the same employer those whole 12 months. Maybe you worked at the pool at the summer and Fairway during the school year. That's fine too. But if you will have had a part-time job for at least a year, you will click mark as complete on that one. The next one is 2 summers, consecutive summers of employment. Again, they consider employment averaging 10 hours a week. So if this is summer before your junior year and summer before your senior year, if you worked both those summers, you can mark it as complete. And they will also let you pre-count this upcoming summer. So if you worked summer before your senior year and you have a job and you're going to keep working this summer before summer after your senior year, you can click that now. I have had students ask me, hey, I've been working for 18 months, so that included a whole year and 2 summers. Can I click both? Sure, go ahead. All right, your 25 hours of community service, this is volunteer hours over the course of your high school career. If you have been turning in silver cord hours, that's super easy to check, but you don't have to have been turning in silver cord. Maybe you did this through church or a mission trip or scouts, community service, whatever, if you've done 25 hours of volunteer work. And then the last one is 2 or more organized co-curricular activities. This means it has to be a Geneseo High School team, activity, club. The trick to that is it cannot be the exact same name as a course. So technically they will not accept marching band or choir because those are the name of classes. So if you are a musician, think about the other things that you did with your instrument that don't match the name of the class. So maybe you were in pep band or jazz band or solo contest or madrigal, whatever it might be, that would count instead. So once you have checked off the ones that apply to you, you can go to the top right-hand corner and hit done. If you said yes to 2 or more co-curricular activities, then I need you to go over here to lessons where it says view lessons, and you're going to click on the one that says 2 or more co-curricular, and then please list 2 or 3 of the things that you were in. Some of these things will show up in Skyward, some of these things will not. So that's why we need a little list. We have to fill this out on the form that we get. So you fill out your options, hit turn in. You do not have to put in all of the things you were involved in, but if you turn in 2 or 3, that will give us something to fill out in the form. So I'm going to go ahead and hit close. And then the very last step is to hit done with CCRI checklist. So get started here. All you have to do is type the word done, turn in, and close. And now you have done everything you need for the CCRI checklist. Please, at this point, email Mrs. Brooker, email me to make sure that I know that you have completed everything. That way we'll be able to sign off on your senior checkout sheet in a couple of weeks. Please see me in the library if you've got any questions about this.